Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Rise and Wise. Today we'll be seeing about the constrictor muscles of the pharynx. So there are three types of constrictor muscles of the pharynx: superior constrictor muscle, middle constrictor muscle and inferior constrictor muscle. So superior constrictor muscle, its origin is from the four part, that is the pterygoid hamulus, the pterygoid mandibular raphe, middle surface of the mandible at the upper end of the malar headline, and side of the posterior part of the tongue. So this is the origin. So I'll show you in pictures. This is the superior constrictor muscle. As you can see, the green muscle here shown is the superior constrictor muscles. So the pterygoid hamulus. What is pterygoid hamulus? This is actually the pterygoid hamulus, the green shaded portion in the basal view of the skull. This is the pterygoid hamulus. It can be also seen in your palate. You can feel it with your tongue. Some people it is more prominent. This is the pterygoid hamulus. Now the next origin is from the pterygomandibular raphe. So pterygomandibular raphe is something which will be here. So this is a superior constrictor muscle, this whole thing superior constrictor muscle. So this will be the pterygomandibular raphe. You can see here pterygomandibular raphe, and here will be the pterygoid hamulus. So the third origin, as you know, that it is from the medial surface of the mandible at the upper end of the malar headline. So somewhere here. So this is the mandible from here. This is the first origin, this is the second origin, this is the third origin, that is the medial surface of the mandible at the upper end of the malar headline. So here will be that origin. The fourth origin is from the side of the posterior part of the tongue. So the tongue will be actually here, so that will be the fourth one, the tongue part. So this is about the origin of the superior constrictor muscle. So what is the insertion of the superior constrictor muscle? Superior constrictor muscle will be getting inserted into the pharyngeal tubercle of the occipital bone of the base of the skull. And one more common insertion for all the constrictor muscle is the median fibrous raphe. This is a common insertion for all the muscle, that is here, this part. This is the median fibrous raphe. So this is the insertion for all the constrictor muscle, median fibrous raphe. And next is the nerve supply. Nerve supply of the superior constrictor muscle is from the pharyngeal branch of the vagus nerve, carrying fibers of the cranial root of the accessory nerve. So this is the nerve supply. So we'll be seeing detail about the nerve supply in next video. So what is the action? Action of the superior constrictor is it helps in deglutition. So next we are going to see about the next muscle, that is the middle constrictor muscle. So middle constrictor muscle is actually fan shaped, and it is arising from the or originating from the lower part of the stylohyoid ligament, lesser cornea of hyoid bone, upper part of the greater cornea of the hyoid. So to see it in detail, as you can see, this is the middle constrictor muscle. So next is we are going to see about the origin. So I can show you, this is the stylohyoid ligament. So the stylohyoid ligament, from here the muscle is arising, that is the lower part of the stylohyoid ligament, and from the lesser cornea of the hyoid bone. So these are the part where the muscle is arising, and also from the upper part of the greater cornea of the hyoid bone. So maybe we can just assume it like it is coming from here, that is lesser cornea of the hyoid bone, and the stylar process will be like here maybe, and also from here. So this is the muscle. For study purpose you can just study for like this, like understanding, and getting inserted into the same part, that is a median raphe, fibrous raphe. So the nerve supply is similar to the superior constrictor, that is a pharyngeal branch of the vagus nerve carrying fibers of the cranial root of the accessory nerve. So nerve supply is similar and action is also similar. It helps in deglutition. So next is we are going to see about the third muscle, that is the inferior constrictor. Inferior constrictor actually has two parts, thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus. So we are going to see about this. Thyropharyngeus, its origin is, it is actually having two origin. The oblique part, the oblique line of the thyropharyngeus muscle is actually originating from the lamina of the thyroid cartilage, and the tendinous band part of the thyropharyngeus muscle is actually originating from the tubercle of the thyroid cartilage and the cricoid cartilage. So this is the origin. So I can show you with the pictures. So as you can see here, so let me say this is the thyropharyngeus. This is the thyropharyngeus muscle. That is the, it is a muscular part of the inferior constrictor muscle, and here this lower part is actually the cricopharyngeus. So first I'll tell you about this. So the thyropharyngeus muscle is the oblique part of the thyropharyngeus muscle is actually from the oblique part is actually from the, as you can see, the oblique part is actually from the lamina of the thyroid cartilage, and the tendinous band is from the tubercle of the thyroid cartilage on the cricoid cartilage. This much is the thyropharyngeus part. Cricopharyngeus, this is the cricopharyngeus as I told you. It is originating from the cricoid cartilage. This is the cricoid cartilage, it is shown here. You can see that this is the cricopharyngeus muscle. So both are getting inserted into the median fibrous raphe. This is a median fibrous raphe. Okay, this is about the origin and insertion of the inferior constrictor. So what about the nerve supply? Nerve supply of the thyropharyngeus part, that is this part is actually by the pharyngeal pharyngeal plexus and external laryngeal nerve. There are two, so pharyngeal plexus and external laryngeal nerve. And this tendinous part, this oblique part is from here actually. The oblique part is getting nerve supply from these two things, and the tendinous part is getting the origin from the external laryngeal nerve. Now, this cricopharyngeus is actually getting nerve supply from the recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is about the nerve supply of the inferior constrictor muscle. So what is the action of the inferior constrictor muscle? The thyropharyngeus muscle helps in the deglutition as other constrictor muscles, but this cricopharyngeus muscle, it actually closes off the larynx while the food is entering into the esophagus. So this is about the muscles. And I hope you found this video helpful. So please subscribe to this channel for further more videos. Thank you guys.